Joe Rogan has reignited his long-running criticism of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and this time the conversation is turning directly toward Harry's relationship with his wife. The message being pushed is brutal. Harry needs to wake up.
Meghan Markle's.
But you're the same.
You're the same.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Like, guys, you don't gotta do this.
According to the commentary surrounding Rogan's past remarks about the Sussexes, he has portrayed Meghan as the driving force behind Harry's transformation, suggesting that the prince has become almost unrecognizable since leaving royal life. And now the question being thrown into the royal conversation is even bigger. Can Harry still make decisions for himself? Or has he become completely dependent on Meghan's direction? Rogan has previously taken shots at the Sussexes. In a resurfaced 2020 episode, he mocked Meghan while impersonating Queen Elizabeth II, joking that she would turn Harry into a Kardashian and saying she had ruined my prince. That wasn't the first time Rogan took aim at Harry. In his 2024 Netflix comedy special Burn the Boats, he mocked Harry over their previous dispute involving COVID-19 misinformation. Rogan joked about discovering that Harry had criticized him publicly and made the prince part of his comedy routine. But now the conversation has moved beyond jokes. The latest narrative is about control. Critics of Meghan argue that Harry was blinded by love when he first met her, and that he gradually became more willing to challenge his family, abandon royal duties, and build an entirely different life around Meghan. And once you look at the timeline, that's exactly what makes people keep talking. Harry was once one of the most recognizable members of the British royal family. He had a position, he had a role, he had a family structure that had existed his entire life. Then Meghan entered the picture. The relationship moved quickly. The wedding became a global spectacle. Then came the decision to step away from royal duties. And suddenly, Harry was no longer living inside the institution that had defined his life. He was living in California, building commercial deals, producing documentaries, writing a memoir, launching projects, and publicly discussing his relationship with the royal family. The transformation was enormous. Financially, the couple also entered a completely different world. After leaving royal duties, Harry and Meghan pursued major commercial arrangements, including deals with Netflix and Spotify, while Harry's memoir Spare became a major publishing event. Forbes estimated the value of their announced ventures at more than $135 million in 2023. And this is where the criticism about money enters the picture. Critics argue that Harry didn't simply leave the royal family. They believe he left one powerful institution and entered another ecosystem where celebrity, media attention, and commercial opportunities became central to his new identity. The accusation against Meghan is that she encouraged this transformation, that she pushed Harry further away from the family, that she helped convince him that life outside the monarchy would be better, and that the financial opportunities waiting outside the palace made the break even more attractive. Now, whether you believe that or not, the numbers show that Harry and Meghan certainly built a commercial operation after leaving royal duties. They signed major entertainment agreements. They produced content. Harry published his memoir. And the couple continued to command enormous media attention. But here's where the story gets personal. Harry didn't just leave the palace. He left behind his brother, his father, his former royal role, and most importantly, a relationship with his family that has never fully recovered. William and Harry's relationship has become one of the biggest unresolved stories inside the modern monarchy. And according to critics, Meghan became the dividing line. They believe Harry began seeing his family differently after marrying her. Every disagreement became another reason to distance himself. Every frustration became another public discussion. Every family problem became material for interviews, documentaries, or books. And that is why the puppet accusation has become so powerful among Meghan's critics. They don't see Harry as the same independent man he once was. They see someone who followed Meghan into California and then repeatedly defended the decisions they made together. And now people are asking whether Harry has ever truly stopped to consider what he lost. His relationship with William, his relationship with his father, his place within the royal family, the childhood memories he shared with his brother, and the possibility of having a normal relationship with the people he grew up with. Because here's the uncomfortable part. Money can replace a lot of things. It can't replace family. Harry and Meghan have reportedly built a very different life in America, but their royal connections remain enormously valuable to the public. Their titles remain part of their identity. Their royal history remains central to their media appeal. And even after leaving, the royal family continues to be the subject that generates enormous attention around them. That's why critics keep asking the same question. If Harry truly wanted to escape the monarchy, why does so much of his public life still revolve around it? Why keep talking about William? Why keep talking about Charles? Why keep discussing the institution? Why keep returning to Britain? Why keep trying to repair relationships that, according to the latest claims, remain deeply damaged? And this is where Rogan's old comments suddenly feel relevant again. His Kardashian joke was crude, but the underlying observation was about Harry's transformation from royal prince into a celebrity operating in an entirely different world. That transformation is now complete. Harry isn't simply the spare anymore. He's a global celebrity in his own right, and Meghan is his partner in virtually everything. The two appear together in business, they appear together in media projects. They speak about their experiences together, they have built their brand together. So the question isn't simply whether Meghan controls Harry. The bigger question is whether Harry has willingly embraced this life, because maybe that's the part critics don't want to accept. Maybe Harry isn't being dragged anywhere. Maybe he chose this. Maybe he genuinely believes this is the life he wanted. But if that's the case, another question immediately follows. Why does he keep looking backward? Why does he keep reaching toward the family he supposedly escaped? That is where the story becomes complicated. Harry appears to want freedom from the institution while still maintaining a relationship with the people inside it. He wants independence, but he also wants reconciliation. He wants privacy, but his life remains intensely public. He left royal duties, but the royal family remains central to his public identity. And now, according to the latest claims, he wants to rebuild bridges with the very family he spent years criticizing. That's why William's position matters so much. If William refuses to reconcile, Harry can't simply fix the entire family situation through Charles. There are wounds that go much deeper, and Meghan is inevitably part of that equation. Critics believe William sees the situation very differently from Harry. They believe he sees the Sussexes as having made their choices and then repeatedly publicized family disputes. Harry may see himself as someone who finally found his voice. William may see a brother who betrayed the family's trust. That gap is enormous, and no amount of money can simply erase it. So now the pressure is on Harry, not Meghan, Harry. Because he's the one who grew up inside that family. He's the one who knows William. He's the one who knows his father. He's the one who knows exactly what happened behind the palace walls. And if he truly wants reconciliation, eventually he may have to decide whether protecting his new life matters more than repairing his old one. That's the battle critics believe is happening right now, and it's why the puppet accusation continues to follow him. Because people aren't just asking what Meghan wants, they're asking what Harry wants when Meghan isn't in the room. That's the question nobody can answer for him. Joe Rogan has mocked the Sussexes before, but the bigger conversation now isn't about one joke. It's about a prince who walked away from an extraordinary life, built a new one thousands of miles away, and still seems unable to escape the family he left behind. Maybe Harry is exactly where he wants to be, or maybe, as his critics insist, he became so blinded by love that he didn't realize how far he had moved from the people who knew him first. Either way, the royal family isn't going to rescue Harry from every decision he has made. At some point, Harry has to decide for himself.